rising petrol prices and its tax tale. As I cover this content on petrol prices, all I can think of how Indian parents have been reacting to all this while. With every 1 rupee hike that appears in the news, their concerns go up a notch, with every conversation unintentionally ending at how petrol prices have been increasing. As you hear this, the petrol prices have reached a golden 3-digit number at rupees 100 per litre, fueling the inflation prospects of the country. Petrol prices have always been a matter of concern for the economy since it affects the situation at both the micro and the macro level. Heavy petrol prices disrupt individual budgets, further restraining the constraints of households at a time when income and consumption prospects are at all-time low. At the macro level, a hike in petrol prices indicates a higher cost of production, and eventually it transfers to consumers in the form of high commodity prices, driving up the inflation of the country. The heavy retail and wholesale inflation being witnessed in the country somewhat have a casual relationship with the case mentioned. Another factor contributing to this hike in prices is a pent-up global demand, but we have had a long discussion on that. Let's talk about the cause of these high inflation prices from the root to understand the direction we are headed in. A part of this rise in prices in fuel comes from the rise in global fuel costs since India primarily depends on the import of these oil commodities. The petrol price hike, even in the past, however, have been a result of global prices, and we definitely remember the 2009 and 2013 historic global petrol price hikes. No? Still, nonetheless, the prices hadn't touched the 3-digit number, and the consumer price index, which is a measure of the price of a common basket of goods, didn't get that far. 11% fuel inflation witnessed in the month of May as opposed to 4% in March is in fact indicative of the above mentioned statement, driving up prices in the entire economy as well. What this discussion is trying to imply is the fact that even though the hike in global prices resulted in a hike in domestic prices of fuel, a cut in global prices or the normalcy to the original one isn't necessarily driven down to the public.